Salama, trust all is well. Greatly appreciate you coming and hanging out with me. So, we're going to spend some quality time with answering questions, and also I'm open for anyone that would like to share their experience as well. So, it's just not all about me, it's about you. So, first of all, I want to give thanks, honor to our ancestors. So, we will allow them to join us. Whenever you light your candles or using incense, it's great to use the matches because that's what our ancestors are used to. You have a lighter, just go with it. Never blow this out. Um, so here is, let's see if we can get that. Here is the Reiki candle for manifestation. I make these and it's made out of beeswax. It has over 10 essential organic oils. The wick is hemp, and so therefore very safe with children, animals, and women that's pregnant or trying to conceive. So it's excellent for that type of environment. So let's speak on finding answers. The pendulum. Pendulum is very, very important to have because what you do is find answers. I do have other devices as well, and I'm turning up the mic to make sure that I'm heard. I have other devices that I use, and this here is divination. So you're in question about your ancestors being present in the room or in the home. It goes around in a circle, it says yes. If it goes side by side, no. So that's the first thing that you would want to do in the morning. Check in with your ancestors so you would be able to honor them. It's difficult speaking in an empty space. So therefore you want to know they are there. All right. So my ancestor, which I speak of all the time, is Sally. You want the pendulum to be still as possible. Sally, are you in the room? Okay, definitely yes. So I have her with me, joining with you all, and um, truly natural. April, I'm honored. Saloma to you all. That means greetings in Swahili. So I would like to speak on sexual attacks, sexual assault, sexual activity when you are laying in your bed and you are resting sound. Where does that come from? Um, I'm going to speak on one situation that occurred constantly over and over and over again. And this was during the time, I was, in my marriage of now. And I kept dreaming about a female energy fucking on me. And then she would lead me to the mines of crystals and different things of that nature. I had just got out of Christianity because I was brainwashed, and that was due to the ignorance of myself. I didn't have balance. So, therefore, I was having these sorts of dreams. So as I went into the mines with her and seen all these beautiful crystals and, and everything, and then my mind in the dream went back to, which is the consciousness of the mind, went back to what she had done to me. So therefore, I would not fulfill the dream. So it would occur again and again. And I was taught that there is something that needed to be exposed to me. So I said, all right, well, I'll wait and everything. And so that's, the sharing it with my spouse and, worrying the hell out of him about it. And I'm so grateful that he did not make a decision to ask me to join a woman with us and manipulate my brain, saying, well, is somebody else supposed to be joining with us, um, to enhance the sex in our bedroom. So he didn't take advantage of me because it was a vulnerable moment. Now, so what he decided to do was he went and bought me a jasper stone. It's a hard stone. You would see me wear it, periodically. I don't wear it a whole lot because it's so sacred to me. So he purchased that stone for me. And it was as if a portal opened up. I started receiving messages telling me that there is spiritual work that needed to be done, I needed to enhance in my life. Now, that's in the early stage of the breaking of the underground of getting me there. All right. So once I got there and started doing different things, and I were introduced with orishas and feeding them and, and different things like that. Wasn't fully educated, but however, I was just going with the fashion of things. Well, then resting again, I felt something fucking on me again, waking up, pussy wet and out of breath and all of that. But there was not a dream. It was just something that was familiar. I know when intimacy in the physical realm has taken place with me. So I knew that I was fucked on. So I listened to Bobby Hemmett. Bobby Hemmett opened up the opened up the synapses of my brain and allowed me to tap in and realize that orishas will have sex with you if you do not feed them. You don't spend time with them, or if they're needing something from you. So that is the experience as well. So I had many. So I realized that I did not have the time to give the necessity of the care which was needed for the Orishas. So I end up with one. And so I was very, very pleased that Bobby Hemmett expressed his experience. Now, his experience was totally different than mine. But however, it did occur. Now, you have demonic forces. You have the dark realms that come and have sex with you as well. Well, you have to go into the inner of your soul and be honest with yourself. During the time that you were having sexual encounter with your partner, did you feel something that was not a part of you? Um, did you smell something that wasn't a part of you? You should know what your sex smells like. You having oral sex and it's smelling like something different other than that person stepping out, in the relations. Um, you can smell an animal, or after the sexual encounter, you either see your partner look like a beast form. That energy is going to remain. You don't have to have a physical body of your partner, of your significant other. All things take on energy. I mean, the glasses that I have on take on energy. Sometimes I know I place them in one place and they're gone into another. So things have meaning. Um, Smelling something as old clothing, that means that you have gone into another realm. Ancestors is not women. Let me correct that. You do have ancestors will fuck on you because you have some that has made their transition, pedophiles, molesters. You do have those. But that's something that you would want to find out on your own. Now, with smelling something old, then therefore you know that there is a demonic force that has taken place and has made a area in your space where you're resting. They love dark places. You got clothes and shit piled up. You got a corner over there that you never go over there and do your spiritual, put your spiritual essence in, is just a corner just sitting there. They gonna go over there and they gonna move in. They gonna move all that shit in there and be watching you the whole time. And know when you are deeply resting. And so therefore, when that occur, now let's move on to results. Um, when that occur, sage is not going to remove it. Taking a pause. And when you have someone that's dealing with addictions, we like to say that it is a part of 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 darkness. There are some people who does crack, which is a crystal. We have crystallinity in our brain, well, part of the brain. And what that person doing is trying to feed the brain simply because they were neglected as a child to be that crystal child. So that means there was that person that was of light. There were a person that did the things that was abnormal. Abnormal in the aspect of giving this world, this earth plane, giving it a, what can I say? Giving it answers to different problems in the world. They are on a very, very high frequency. And parents sometimes cannot deal with that energy. So therefore they shut them down. Be quiet. You're talking too much. You're moving too much. I want you to be still. You're asking too many questions. You're getting bored too quickly. Find something to do. And so therefore, is that a demon? I don't tend to think that that's a demon. Um, the parents was just ignorant. The part of the darkness came from the parents because they were not capable and did not have the will to feed the individual what they needed. So that's that's what I say, you know. Um, now, and you're smelling old, anything old clothing. You even have that old funky rose smell. Some people like roses, that smell. Um, but when it gets old, it stinks. I'm not talking about the water. I'm saying the rose. When it start losing its fragrance, it stinks. So when you're interacting with your partner and they have that smell, you see, um, there's a little bug out there flying around. Um, I do see that. I'm just letting you all know that I do see that. And what's so significant about it is white. But anyways, when you are smelling those different things on your significant other and you know that it's not a part of the smell that you all initially got together sexually, that is an alert that you have a visitation. And when you have that, now I am going to go to results. When you have that, that energy has to go somewhere. And if you did not dispel it, cut the cord of it, released it from that space, it's going to linger. Um, because it's not that your significant other is experiencing you, that energy is too. So now, what do you do? Sage doesn't work. They smoke that shit like weed and laugh at your ass. It does not work. Are you afraid? Because when all of this is going on, even including myself, when I went through, you know, all of that, of those energies, entities fucking on me. When I went through all of that, at first, yeah, I was scared. It was too unfamiliar for me in the world of me resting. You see that in the physical, you know. So, yeah, it was alarming to me, I must say. Now, what do you do? Um, you get your pendulum, you go around in the four corners of your room. And what you're going to add, what you're going to do, you're going to program it. You can get any color and everything, any color, any of these to work, any of them. But you have to program it. And you speak to it and say, I am looking for dark energy in this room. Don't say a whole lot to it and everything because it'll confuse it. But just say, I'm looking for dark energy. I'm looking for demons. And that's what you say to it. And then therefore, you go in each corner of your space where you sleep. If this thing start going real crazy and everything, then you know it's right there in that area. So when it's there in that area, and you can't wait to get your home spiritually cleansed, what you do for yourself for this here is temporary. You get some Creole, um, because it knocks the hinges off. I mean, just really, let me look at, hold on a second. Okay, this is what it is. Okay. All right, type of AN. If you see that, type of AN. Okay, I'm going to put it back up in the chat. Type of A. Give me an A if you see that. All right. This is definitely what you would want to get. Um, Now, what I do, I get a bottle. Um, that has a nozzle on it and a spray bottle. And first of all, I get a white candle in that corner, and I put like a pea size of solution in that bottle, and maybe you want to do 8 ounces. Get a glass bottle, not plastic. Get a glass. Um, let's see. Um, you can get it at your herbal stores. They may have it. Walmart should have it. So just shop, in those convenient areas. And you light that white candle. You're going to, first of all, um, before you light any candle, you have to clear and cleanse it as well. So what you do is you get your candle. It can be a 7-day candle. It can even be a tea candle. You're going to run some cold water on it, and do not get the wick wet. Cold water, okay? So that release everything that's off of it. And then therefore you're going to hold it and put your energy in the candle. Tell the candle exactly what you're wanting it to do. So you put your intentions in it. You place the candle in that area. You light the candle. You get the spray bottle, and you're going to read Psalms 91, and do that for 3 to 7 days, and you will see a difference. Now the smell, it's like a marker, like an old marker. It smells like that. Very little goes a long ways. All right. Are we clear? All right. So this is a form of therapy. My sister does a lot of painting. She calls it doodling, but however, she does a lot of inspiration paintings. And I, with my child, I just, play with her with paint or what have you. But this spirit came over me, and this is what I did. And I'm not finished with it, of course, but I wanted to share this with you. In here, there is a R, if you can see that. Bring the light here. There's an R. This aura is someone that was very close to me and dear to my heart years and years and years ago. And I decided to bring closure with my heart and give my heart a release of heaviness. I started here, my heart was so heavy and green, heavy in emotions, very, very heavy in emotions of thought. This is how I started. And the inside, only thing I did in the inside was just drew this heart here. Still heavy. Look at those heavy lines. Still heavy. And I start doing my breathing and releasing, letting some things go with this person, not letting her go, but giving that empty space that had held rent there. allowing it to move out, because my desire is to love genuinely. So I had the heaviness in the center of my heart, and I felt it. It felt my chest was so tight. And then I painted the R. Then I went up here because the color of yellow just was peeping out very bright in my brain. And the yellow is my willpower. I start working on my will, because my will is to love, because this is me. This is me all the time, but this is me as well whenever I am desiring to love genuinely. The yellow, start working on my willpower. And then therefore I went back here. And if you can see these circles going around here, that meant that I was giving my heart new blood, and this darkness releasing old blood. That's what is going on here. Now, this other little stuff here, Graceland. This is Graceland, my baby. So she decided to just come on in and help her mama. Now, why did I go here? It's a whole lot there. Why did I go here? Sometimes you have to do things to release. Release in a way that you cannot express. Only you know. And that's very, very much so important, because it's you that lays down or lay awake to rest. And you would like for your mind to have the clarity of inspiration, success, love, creativity, peace, new ideas, a new realm of spirituality. And that's an outlet with painting. So therefore, April, you know where I'm coming from. Yeah, because it can be a very deep place. And with it being a deep place, you don't want to go and fall into that fucking hole, because it's hard to get out that bitch. Very, very hard. You'll get out, but you're going to go through some shit to get out, you know. So I wanted to share that with you. That part of the painting was sharing, wasn't a part of the questions. As I am speaking, I'm going over questions. Now, this here is a twofold. You have to be able to go in and control what's going on in a state of rest. Even if it's lucid dreaming. You having an orgasm, you would want to control that. Anything having you feel anything having an orgasm on you, that's new life. That's new beginning. That's a new realm. That is something pushing you into your divinity. So you want to look at the orgasmism. When you're awakened and it has occurred, you tap into the feeling of the orgasm, not what occurred with you and why and different things like that, because we're going into the age of Aquarius. So, with it being so, you're having a wet moment in its change. Either way, it's wet, it's alive like water. So, therefore, you want to be renewed. That's really what baptism is. It's just pretty much semen. I'm not going to go deep into that because semen being exchanged with the body in different forms, it causes you to receive the baptism. So I want you to just look at that part of it. Go back and think about the orgasm part of it. And also 7 days, what has been so heavy on your heart that it's time for you to move out of the state that you're in and go into another realm of life. So when you are having dreams, you don't look at it as it being a sequence like you've learned in an institutional school, which they have told you is a part of order. It's not. You can read the Bible, you can read the tablets. They're not uniformed. They're giving you different things that occur and writing it down at that time. So you have to go back and put things into perspective. What am I saying? I get in my car going to the store. There are times that I make it to the store destination and don't even remember how I got there. Why? Because I astral travel as driving and I have my ancestors, which is my soldiers, take me to the place that they know that I am going. But however, I'm having another outer body experience. So I can't tell you that I got in the car, I turned it on. I excuse me. I love listening to different tutorials on my phone. I turned my phone on and was listening to Bobby Hemmett because I love him. And he was speaking on Dada. I seen a dog, a cute dog that, in the road or whatnot. I passed it. Oh, I also noticed that it was a house there that I never seen before, and I take this route all the time. And then I made it to the store. I wouldn't be able to tell you that. This is some shit I'm making up right now. But I wouldn't be able to tell you that whenever I've gone into another place of spirituality, of getting in my vehicle and going to the destination. I wouldn't tell you in order. First of all, I'm going to say, I know me. I know me. I went to the store and, me and my sister were speaking on this. I went to the store and it's a swamp, a full-fledged swamp passing it to get to the store. Now, I wouldn't tell her about me listening to Bobby Hemmett and different things like that because me and her talk every day. I wouldn't told her any of that. The swamp. I go to this motherfucking store at least 3 times a week. And I didn't know it was a swamp over there. That's how I go. So that's what goes on in dreamland, your dreamscape. All right, moving on. Any questions? Um, a lot of times I want to say, um, I I want to say this too. A lot of triggers occur um in dreams. In the aspect of you may even have a dream that you're having sex with your mama. You may have a dream that you're having sex with your child or whatnot. Sometimes it's just awakening of you rising from that rest, for you to remember the main things. Um, so, um, but yeah, go ahead and just whatever just comes on the top of your brain of a question, the spirit it'll tap me in and be able to speak on it. Um, we could, you know, whatever just come up, feel free. All right. Um, now let's speak on. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second. All right. Um. Oh, right. Um. Here you go. Let's see here. All right. And so, speaking on Christianity. All right. So therefore, um, you have to look at where Christianity come from. You have to know the history. Now, if you want to connect with, you desire to connect with God, with Christ, then therefore you're going to look in the Bible, and what you will find is that there is nowhere in there speak about Christianity. Um, so therefore, you can get that religion out of you can remove that religion part of it um, once you find that out, and then therefore Jesus Christ, the prophet, you look at what he offered to the world system. You look at that, and if you desire to do some things in the aspect of what Christ did, you could do that. Um, but if you get stuck in religion, that's when you start feeling things and um, feeling like you're not worthy to live the life of purity. So, um, a lot of things occurred that's not in the Bible. They don't speak on um, Christ had a whole family situation, you know. Um, so you have to look at that. You have to look at who was the first wife um, of Adam. So um, there's many dynamics that's there that would cause you to be confused. I don't want to use the word confused. Will cause you to be lack of heart. And first of all, we would want to start out with touch. My sister, she sent me something that was just spot on. And let's see, let me find this, which it's on Instagram. However, it's speaking of greasing the scalp. Greasing the scalp in the aspect of touch. We have to have touch. Um, the consideration of touch is care. You know, when you have that hand, which is energy, and we're speaking of Christ because Christ is one of the forms of Reiki that people um, are doing today. Touch. Touching the scalp, massaging it, going back and forth. Love. You're feeling the sensation of care. And then it goes on here, as you can see, the young lady. There we go. Um, Doing the hair. You see that, and and when you touch something and you're from a good energy source, it's going to grow. And with that said, um, that's a part of community, um, part of ancestral love that's being passed down. That's what they did. All right. So I'm going to go on to I don't know if my computer froze or something, but I want to speak on that, and it's not the fact that I'm doing a well, I'm not going to say that. And then it goes on here showing where the elders, see, really can't see that, but you see this lady here, um, the elders seeing about this individuals that's sick. That's what we used to do, you know. I still do it. Why do I do it? Because I'm instructed by my ancestors. I make sure that that I spend time with them, and they give me direction and advice on how to do certain things for many people that's in my life that I love. But feeding them, aiding them when they're sick. When the last time that you whipped up an elderly person and at least go and see about them once or twice a month? You know, that's a part of ancestry love. Um, you want to you want to tap in because they know when you're real and when you're not. You're not caring and loving individual that is here on this earth planet. How are you going to show them love? Really and truly. And all of our ancestors, they're not old. There are some very young that made their transition. So it didn't have to be an elderly person, just a person to love on. Um, and then therefore you will feel that heart. When I go to Tennessee, I look for my girl Leslie. Me and her grew up together. And she decided at a young age to live on the streets and do that kind of stuff, that they do on the streets and everything. I make sure I have some pockets full of change and whatnot, and and I look for her and I find her and I give her money. She don't want no fucking hamburger. She don't want that. She do drugs. You know, she does that kind of stuff. I'm not here to judge. I'm here to love. And when she see me, it's as if we were 11 and 12 years old. I hug her. I generally hug her and love on her. You know, and you bring tears to my eyes. So that's even though I no longer, affiliate with the organization of Christianities and different things of a organization of that, of the business of that. But I did learn through my ancestors, because that's what they knew, to love. Go and cook and see about people. I have my girlfriend, which we call Angel. She's blind, but she's a reflexologist, and she's bad, unmatched. Sometimes I go into her healing facility and her bathroom is not cleaned. I go and clean it. I don't go and tell her, oh, your bathroom was nasty, I went ahead and cleaned it or whatnot. I go ahead and clean it. That's what you do. You are of service 24/7. So I spend time with my aunts. I know they're going to make transition if I don't go first. I know what their favorite food is, what their favorite color is, where they love to go, and different things like that. When they make their transition and everything, I don't have to wonder. I will have them set up, ready to go. They won't get lost in the midst of finding the 7 to 12 heavens. So let's speak on animal love. Animals have a place too. You know, I have a dog. It ain't none of my dog, it's Graceland's dog. Right now, I'm not into taking care of dogs. I'm not into that. Not at all. It's her dog. Um, so you're gonna see different type of things that goes on with them. And you would like to stay in tune with them as you would your child, because they have energy in different spirits as well, and they also come back again. Some people say incarnation, some people say reincarnated. Either way, they do choose to come back. When you start seeing them being aggressive, you want to know, what is their deal? What is the dealio? First of all, if they're in a demonic form, you'll see the hair standing up on their body. When you start to hear the growl, awake or resting, and it's not normal, then you know something has taken over that dog or that cat, whatever, that snake. You got a snake or a reptile or something other. I'm not real familiar with those. I'm just gonna tell you, I ain't familiar with them at all. I don't know about that. I just know about the fur babies. Know about them. Cause I'm not experienced in that. Um, my sister, she is, and maybe we'll if people who has animals and different things like that, there's snakes and reptiles and stuff like that, her and I, we can collab, and she can tell you some different things what to look for. Now back to me with the shit that I know. Let's talk about that now. All right, so the dog normally sweet, and then you got a beast. All right. And how you know that a position has taken over? This is when a position is taken over. It'll slowly have its head to go like this, or the cat. And don't blink. Motherfucker just staring. Don't blink. That's it. That's it right there. That's it. Yeah. Dog done went somewhere, done gone out of itself. Yeah, that's it. And so you are wanting to make sure that you have your space. You're not wanting to be closed in with the animals. You're not wanting to agitate it, provoke it, or anything of that nature. You're not to have fear. You're to know that it's making some type of transition out of itself. So when you see that and you remove yourself from the situation, that's what you do. Um, the same thing that I stated about the Crayola, the spray, you can spray it on the dog. But however, open up a window or door to allow that spirit to release from it. But with the animal, when it's under attack and everything, you can use sage, and you just go around its head when it's calm, not when it's in that state. Go around the head. Normally, 12 midnight to 4 in the morning is when you want to do the spiritual cleansing with the animal. Um, and you want to um, if the animal is pasting back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, you want to put the sage under each paw of the animal, and so then allow the animal each day to go out and do some earthing. So once the animals start calming down, there are certain crystals that you would want to use for the animal. Definitely, the crystals. It that's whenever I'm doing Reiki on animals, the crystals is my go-to. My clients buy up the crystals for the animals because they, I'm not available all the time, and they find that it soothes them. It brings them back into their innocence. So um, now there is different type of prayers that you would want to do for that animal as well. And I'll email the person that's asked me the questions, but I'll email you the prayers, excuse me, for that animal. Um, and then you have animals that has that has the spirit of duality. They could be in one place and you can see their shadow go into another. So you do have that. And a lot of times, um, those are the animals that I am normally hired to see about, because when that other entity leaves out of the body and starts surfacing and doing certain things, it depends on what they are doing. I've had situations, this was with a cat, had situations where a person was laying, um, they were laying down, and they saw that cat sitting at the foot of the bed, but however the shadow of the entity grabbed the client's neck, and tried to kill him. So um, I worked with that animal for a while, and what was done with that animal, we had to do an exorcism. That's pretty much what I had to do. We had to kill that entity that was inside of that cat. So, um, and then you have people who is in voodoo. You have your warlocks. You have witches that can orchestrate and have animals to do certain things to a person that they dislike. So um, those type of things do occur. Are you following what I'm saying? If you're following what I'm saying, type in an A. If I All right. And if we need to chant on it a little bit longer, put in the C. Okay. So are you comfortable with calling me on the phone with more questions? I know it's difficult typing in, but however your voice will be heard, it will be an audio situation. If you call me on the phone with questions that is difficult to type in. So I'm going to put the number in the chat here, so you will be able to call me at 272. Okay, there we go. So you can call me on the phone, and we can go in a little deeper with your question. Now, this book here is by Tiara Dion. You desire to connect with your ancestors. Life after losing a loved one. This book here is what you want to get. I sell her books. This book is $15. Very easy read. Um, and I mean, she even have spaces here in here for you to journal. Um, so one way of finding the sincerity of heart. I mean, when I went to pay, this is off the subject. I'm just speaking of the circle of love. You all see the phone number in the chat. If you see the phone number in the chat and you want to call, the number is there, 678-588-9272. You can call. So, you know, doing things in the aspect of caring for your animals. You shouldn't be having sex with your animal in the room. That's number one. because animals are innocent and easy to take on those type of energies just like children are. We're speaking on animals. When you are saging your home, you should not use sage with your animals in that space, because whatever you're clearing out is not going to go out the window. It's going to go directly to your animals. Excuse me. I'm speaking of fairy animals. Don't know about the others. Um, so you would want to protect them in an aspect of not allowing those things to occur. Now, we take spiritual baths. Don't you think your animal should take a spiritual bath? You go to my Instagram, you would see me and my daughter giving her dog a spiritual bath. The Instagram is Alicia Spiritual Chat. And you should see that of us doing that. Red Jasper. I love, I love the Jaspers. That's what works for me. This is a excellent healing stone. That's if if your dog is sick or whatnot. Very excellent healing stone um, to have around. You don't have to have a pyramid, but I'm just showing a pyramid because I'm showing off. That's all. Got the Reiki symbols and different things like that. Make it more interesting. Um, and not only that, when you have an altar, your altar has to have a statue of some type of figure in pyramid, Egyptian. Yeah, that's what I use for my one of my altars. All right, all right. I'm telling you this here. Don't sleep on it. Don't sleep on it. Yeah, it's manifestation candle. Life is good for me over here. All right. So now, um, hold on a second. This is an excellent book. This is when you're wanting to learn how to draw all the fields of the electromagnetic system from the body that's not a part of the frequency of your body. This is an excellent book to get. Um, and it has the biofields concept too that I do like when the body is dealing with problematic issues. So the energy quantum is what you want to focus on in the body. Um, So it would bring you balance. I highly recommend this book. The major um, traditional levels of this book is dealing with the prana, your chi, learning you how to biohack things in your brain. So invest in yourself. Now I highly recommend that. All right. So are we clear? Um, let me people go to different initiations to be empowered to astral travel and find their to find their enemy, find their loved one, find whatever their desires are. Doesn't have to always be, bad. They go and use it for, well, they use it for good, and they use it for self gain. You have eyes staring at you. You feel someone staring at you. It's possible that they are, because they go to different initiation halls to teach them, or they are naturally giving that energy to be able to tap in and come where you are at any time. Many people I have assist been running and running and running, and the person still find them. And so what do I have to do? Whoever initiate them, I have to go there with something to bargain with to allow my client to be set free. Sometimes it's out of my will to remove individuals. I can't remove them all. And many times, bargaining is one of them to get rid of the individual. So I visit the person home who I no longer speak with, and went to the cellar, to the bottom of their home, because they were having so much chaos, and there was so many eyes on the wall, and chains, and it was something that I never seen before. Um, that was summons there. So those type of things occur when you're feeling weird out. That a set of eyes is on you. Make sure that your mirrors in your home is covered, make sure that you have a crystal grid around your house. You put that crystal grid around the home, and therefore there's no entry. Only time that it is broken, you allow energy to come in your home to break it. And what I mean by that is that find a new lover, new best friend, and even a new animal that has duped your ass that can break the grid around the home. All right. Anything else before I end this video? C, if we need to chat a little more. A, we're good. All right. So I trust that you all going to do your research and get results, because it's not good to not research, not do your homework. You get information, you want to find it to be factual, no matter who it comes from. So you want to keep that in mind. That's my ancestor there, telling me right on. Right on. I got you. I hear you. I hear you. All right. So the live was delightful. We were on here almost hour and 25 minutes. And I get questions. My Q&A is normally on Sunday, 1:00 a.m. Eastern time. And if I don't have anything come in my DM, emails or whatnot with questions, I'm not going to be on here. So I'm going to let you know that now. I ain't consistent on this shit. Not at all. So I just want to let you know that. Make sure that you all check in with your chakra system. Very important, because your chakras, it tells you about your hormone system. It tells you about your right brain, your left brain, coming for the men. And also give you the awareness of it's time to do chakra yoga. So make sure you do that. All right. Amani, which is peace in Swahili. See you on the next time.